to another edition of Signatures and Finisher Podcast. I'm your host, DS Walt, and I am joined by my tag team partner, my tag team champion partner, the man who made Sexy Boy famous before Shawn Michaels did.
Oh boy.
You gotta love Vince McMahon. Ladies and gentlemen, the soon father to be, man, Jamie.
I still got a couple months.
Yeah, those couple months gonna come back real quick.
I know. That's why I'm trying to treasure them every day.
Yeah, me too. Because now he's gonna be a father. He's gonna make me an uncle. So I gotta.
It's true.
I gotta save my piggy bank. Oh, and before I continue, I'm gonna give a shout out to my G niece Kylie, who will be turning 4 on November 19th. And she know her uncle, even though she hardly knows her Uncle Sean. I just want to give her a birthday shout out and let her know I love her. And she's gonna have a good birthday. And yeah, I'm send her something. Cause you know,
probably get on that. You got 3 days.
I know. And what I love about her, she don't ask for a lot. She like the simple stuff.
She's 4. If you give her an empty box, she'll probably play with it.
No, she'll know about that. She'll know about that. Trust me. I was talking to her mom yesterday. I was listening to her in the background. She was talking to her dad in a full grown up conversation. I'm like, if that's Kylie talking, she's like, yeah. Ain't she grown already? She's like, yeah. That's scary.
Trust me, we had our daycare / learning experience, blah 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 thing like a week and a half ago. It's gonna cost me $1,400 a month.
Woo!
Yep.
Love your daughter.
Yep. That's why I'm getting bilked out of this real hard, real quick. Yeah. All the teach this baby like baby sign language and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not learning this stuff. So how am I going to communicate? Because I ain't putting the time into that. I got to learn like real work stuff and then wrestling. Like,
yeah. Yeah, the video games. See, little baby girl gonna get off to a bad start already with you and me because she gonna learn stuff like, well, Uncle Sean taught me. I didn't teach you that. Don't rat me out no more.
Mm-hmm.
I only taught you the 4-letter words. Your dad taught you the 8-letter combinations.
She's already telling me like what I kind of can't listen to in the car with the baby in the car. And I'm like, no, that ain't happening.
No ICP in the car with the baby?
Hey, there will be. See, even my dog doesn't agree with that.
That's okay. When she can't listen to you in the car with, she'll probably listen to me. She'd be like, why is Uncle say after? Shh. I ain't say that. That's the music.
Yeah. Don't know how much NWA will be playing.
But... it's gonna be a lot. I might even throw in some Public Enemy.
There you go.
I might even throw in some Cool G Rap. And 100% Tupac.
Well, of course.
And on a light day, I just throw in some Third Base. On a great day,
guy in there.
On a great day, it'll be some Wu-Tang.
There you go.
But speaking on a good day, bad day, Mike Santana probably have one of the worst weeks that he's had in a very long time. I'm talking about wrestling wise. We're not talking about outside the wrestling ring, wrestling wise. He probably had one of the worst weeks because Mike Santana, who my tag team partner predicted, give him his flowers, that Mike Santana won't be champion long. Now, he didn't say how long he's going to be champion. It just wouldn't be long. And I don't think he reached a month.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's even been a month.
Yeah. So he dropped his title to Frankie Kazarian in a 3-way dance in less than a minute.
Well, I mean, Frankie cashed in, though.
Yeah, he cashed in. But he lost in less than a minute.
And then Nick Nemeth tried to cash in last night.
Yeah, what was up with that? I mean, that's the whole problem. This whole shout out to TNA because TNA actually the ones who started these cash ins, money in the bank style briefcase back in the day. I think was it the X division,
Yeah.
and now you got the WWE running wild with it. You got AEW got some type of variation with it, and, but TNA did the originals. And the one thing bad about these briefcases that everybody want to cash in. So you got Frank Kazarian cashed in on Mike Santana, and then Nick Neal got somehow he got a briefcase and he tried to cash in. So everybody trying to cash in their briefcase. The only people ain't cash in their briefcase is me and you. So I don't know what's going on, but it's too much. Everybody shouldn't have a briefcase.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of the whole TNA invasion angle either. Like TNA is not going to get a ratings bump from having NXT. If it was WWE guys invading and doing a storyline with that, that would move the needle. NXT is not going to move the needle for them. Especially when it's like Lexi King and guys like that. Like, you're not even using like your primetime guys. Like, you're just using like some of the guys that might not even make the main roster ever.
Yeah, and the one thing I agree with you on that. And the one thing I do hate about it is that what's it do for TNA? That's the whole
Exactly.
outcome. Like it does nothing for them.
Yeah. I mean, having Ava being the mouthpiece of NXT also not going to move the needle. And anything that they're doing should be trying to move the needle for TNA to get them a TV deal. Having Ava on there ain't going to help your cause. Lexi
No.
King, I actually like Lexi King out of that group of people. I think he probably has the most potential. But the rest of those guys, like, where's Trick Williams? Where's guys like that? Like, guys that are at least going to make the main event show. Some of these guys I doubt will ever make it. And these are the ones you're sending over there to help push the product and this and that. Like, that's not going to help anything.
Yeah, I think what is it? Trick Williams out with an injury.
Well, I was just using like Trick as
Yeah,
an example. Like
yeah.
Boba, Trick, you know, what's his name? The
Ricky.
Italian dude I always forget.
Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, D'Angelo. Like guys like that, that would help move the needle a little bit. It's not going to be the same as getting like a Randy Orton or somebody over there, but hell, why is it Randy Orton ain't doing anything? Go
He
send
should
him
be
over
over there.
there.
Yeah, shoot, even AJ Styles because he's he's part of the company. He's probably the best wrestler in TNA history next to Samoa Joe. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean it would make sense if AJ Styles was over there feuding. And just as you do go off topic here, are you surprised that Obi Femi is back on NXT? That he ain't been
Not
called up to the
really.
main roster yet?
Not really, but yes and no because where are they going to put him? They would have to establish him as a monster heel. You can't use him as another face because there's too many faces to begin with. So you'd have to establish him as a monster heel. And where are you going to slide him in at? You've got all this War Games crap going on right now. So all the top people are getting involved in that. There's just no spot for him right now.
Yeah.
It's just bad timing.
Right. And also the War Games is a disaster. And the
Oh,
matches ain't even happy yet. It's a disaster.
it's complete garbage.
I mean, how you gonna have CM Punk's team basically get jumped at SmackDown and no CM Punk? How you gonna have Jimmy Uso? Hey, I talked to Punk on the phone and I'm on the team. Since when you can? That never
Yeah, like
happened before.
where have you even been the last couple of weeks? Like
And then your brother
it's
didn't
so
look too
bad.
excited to have you on the team.
Yeah, it's when you get into the big team things like that, they want to craft a story among every single person being involved. Just go back to the old early 90s format. Hey, Hulk Hogan needs a team of guys. Hulk Hogan's going to walk around, recruit a bunch of people in an hour and say, okay, you're on my team. And then you're going to go beat up Ted DiBiase's team, or Ted DiBiase's going to beat up your team. Just call it a wrap. The whole Survivor Series has to have this whole team thing is dumb. And the
It
War Games
is.
concept, you're not even doing like an actual War Games original concept from WCW. Why don't you do the World War III concept where they had the three rings and then the triangle cage and all that kind of stuff? Like that would be interesting. The crap that you guys pull out is like vanilla bland. I'm not saying you got to go like AEW blood and guts on everything, but I
War
mean,
game, yeah, War Games was special when WCW did it
yeah,
because they made it special because it's once a year. You got it once a year, and you had the guys you know who's going to be in it, and the way they presented the participants in War Games was part of one of the main reasons why they made it special. WWE just, hey, we're gonna put our top guys in and let it go.
I'm a big fan of having factions and stables. I don't think WWE has enough. That's what war games should be for is your factions and your stables. That's like their WrestleMania. That's when they clear the air, start
Right.
end stories, start new stories, and push it forward. You've got Judgment Day,
You got the
the El Grande
Y6
Americanos, and the Wyatt Six. And
and the MFTs.
I see. I disregard them completely because they're trash.
But yeah, but see those. All right, so even though you disregard MFTs, I think a lot of people do, and the Y6, nobody want to see them in war games, and I don't fault them. I kind of fault WWE for the simple fact that one, how you using these guys, and two, the presentation of them, and because you don't see the Y6 all the time on television, they're not connecting with the audience. So when they come out, it's like dead silence. Like
Yeah,
Uncle Howdy, I understand, he was gone for about a month.
he's gone
Hey,
because his
his
dad's got all
dad's
the
in
health
hospice.
issues,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you can't use the rest of the team. And if it's we don't want to have them without their leader, well, you've talked about bringing in another leader. Alexa Bliss's story really ain't going anywhere. Just bring her on over.
Her story's over with Charlotte Flair. It's over with.
That's what
You
I'm saying. Her
know,
story's not going anywhere at this point.
right.
They're already doing the story with her and Rhea, and it's like,
Yeah, Charlotte. So if y'all don't know, Charlotte Flair walked down to her team because she has history with Rhea Ripley and she don't trust Rhea Ripley. So she basically left. And so the angle that I heard on social media is that, oh, this can lead to a storyline with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair where Alexa feels abandoned. Now, me and Jim already said that eventually Alexa's gonna turn on Charlotte.
mhm.
But did anybody expect Charlotte to walk out on her tag team partner and walk out on her partners for War Games? No, I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
They could have
it's
just made it organically. If Charlotte leaves, then Alexa should have left with her. Makes more sense.
well again, if you take both of those two away, the interest in the match overall depletes big time. That's the problem is they back themselves into a corner that if you have both of them leave, like who else are you going to put in there that's going to be like a main event talent to take their spot?
Right.
There's
So,
not that
but
many.
who's gonna take Charlotte's spot? Nikki Cross, which I wouldn't mind.
I don't even know if Nikki Cross knows how to wrestle anymore, and that's not her fault.
Yeah, I mean she ain't wrestling with so long.
Right.
I mean, all she do is jump out the top rope and land on your face.
Depending on who you are, you might like that.
Yeah,
Um, me, not so much.
no comment.
um, no, a lot of these angles that they're pushing, again, when you're trying to tell a story with 10 people involved and making it make sense all the way around, you're most likely going to fail, especially when they wait until what, November 14th to start putting it all together when your show's in like a week and a half. Like, come on. It's
I was telling someone on the job about this whole thing, and I say, look, for sure you had the vision, those two guys, and you have Punk. So the best way to approach this whole thing with War Games is that they should have added. It'll make more sense to add LA Knight because, like CM Punk, he's been feuding with the Vision most of this year. I'm saying most of the summer into now. So it
mhm.
makes more sense to add him. Difference in society, it makes more sense. You don't add Roman because actually I don't know if Roman going to be in, but if he is in, you don't add Roman because it goes back on the word he said. Yo, I'll see you guys on Christmas. He was talking about his cousins. Now now Roman might be in, or John Cena. It don't make sense. WWE is so hard headed about it. Got to be five. It got to be five. You could roll
John Cena
before.
needs to have a solo match at Survivor Series. You can't have him win the championship and then his final match he loses the belt and never even having a defense of it. It's like he never won it at that point. He's got to defend it at least one time against somebody.
Right. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense at all. You don't Roman do make sense in a way because he's been feuding with them. But if you're building towards Roman versus Braun Breaker, Roman don't need to be in it. Because if that's going to be your main event next year, you can start that feud after Survivor Series. And then, like I said, it goes back when he said, I don't want to see you guys until Christmas. LA Knight is more logical. I don't want Jimmy Uso. Because Jimmy Uso, how much I like Jimmy, but Jimmy Uso's not a big star. He might be the better out of two brothers, but he's not a big star. In fact, you really don't need an Avenger style star team. Cody Rhodes shouldn't be in this.
How many matches have they actually put out for Survivor Series right now? We obviously got the 2 War Games matches
That's
for the
it.
men and women's. That's it.
Yep.
I didn't know if they honestly announced anymore and I just had missed it or
The only
whatnot.
thing announced that John Cena would be there.
John Cena needs to have a solo match. He's got to defend it against somebody, make them look good, but win. So one of the younger guys. Hey, Carmelo Hayes would be perfect.
Well, how about if Dom get his rematch? But then again, you put that in a situation because now you starting a refeud with Dom and his dad and Rey Mysterio.
Giving him a rematch would just throw the timing of everything off because I don't expect Cena to wrestle again until Saturday night's main event, which means he can't do a feud with somebody. He's got to
No.
just have one match with somebody, get the win, make them still look good, have your final match against Gunther, lose, call it a wrap.
Yeah.
That's what I
So
mean is they're trying to cram so much stuff in right now. I mean, they should honestly just come out and publicly apologize for the terrible job that they've done for John Cena.
100%. I mean, what was it? Tomorrow's his last match on Raw.
And I
So,
wouldn't even apologize to John Cena. I would apologize to the fans for how John Cena's had to be used this year due to their screw ups.
oh yeah, they literally dropped the ball. And if I'm AJ Styles, I'm paying attention to this because I understand he's not going to get the same type run as John Cena, but if I'm paying attention to the way you guys handle the John Cena situation on his retirement, what makes you think I got faith in you guys going to do right by me
The
or Chris
only
Jericho when he comes back?
the only caveat to AJ Styles that he doesn't have TV movie commitments. Like obviously Cena had to plan around Peacemaker PR and things like that, which Peacemaker was great. Season 2 was awesome.
Yeah, they don't get enough
Um,
credit for that. No, not enough credit.
but AJ doesn't have to worry about that, so they probably think in the back of their heads like we've got more time to expand on stuff. But Cena was still around a lot more than I thought he would be this year. They definitely could have told valid stories. They just screwed it up from day one. And again, how you let The Rock get involved in all this to push something that didn't need to be pushed to then just, hey, we're gonna act like this never happened. Complete trash.
Yeah,
But Cena does not need to be involved in that match. Again, those matches, you take one star, you take one big heel, one big face. And you kind of fill them in with mid card guys that don't have a slot. That's kind of what Survivor Series was for back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're taking, oh, we need 10 of our top guys. So what are you going to do with the rest of the card?
Nothing. I mean, Cody should be wrestling Drew McIntyre, even though it's one of those matches I don't want to see because the way they've been screwing Drew McIntyre. But that should be on the card. Them two having a one-on-one match one last time.
Drew just needs to turn face and come out and do one of his promos and just say the WWE has screwed me. And just flat out say it. That'll get the fans completely on his side, and then it'll push them to have Cody drop the title.
Mm-hmm. Listen, you sent me the video. You sent me to me. Hey, Cody Rhodes title run since he won the title. a lot less fans, and it's been dull, and he has nothing to do, and he has no one to wrestle. So
Cody's a good
far,
wrestler. I respect him as a wrestler,
mhm.
but it's the same thing that happens with Hogan, the same thing that happens at least with Cena. Cena had the mic skills and everything like that to make it interesting. Like you got fully invested in his matches. Cody doesn't have that level of talent that Cena has. And his matches are all the same. Every
Nothing
single one of
changes.
them. Nothing
Nothing
changes.
changes.
Doesn't matter who he's wrestling. There's no extra intensity. There's nothing. It's the same Cody Rhodes match every single time.
Yeah, and look, it's gonna be. I'd be lying if I say I'm not. I'm interested in this match against Bronson Reed next week for the title. Shout out because you did say Bronson Reed need a title shot. Just didn't think it was gonna be Cody Rhodes on SmackDown.
I didn't think it would be a SmackDown match for sure.
Neither I. Neither I. I mean, like,
I mean,
damn.
they're having to do something to get ratings because I mean, USA isn't going to sit back and be the redheaded stepchild saying you're not going to keep just shoveling your shit in our face every single week. Like that's all this is they're now putting title matches on SmackDown to get people to actually want to watch the show. What they need to do, like I said, I would have been okay if Cody would have lost last week, not this past Friday, but like last week. If he would have lost to Aleister Black, would I have said that's your ideal person? No. But I think if you give Aleister Black enough leeway with his character, he could do something special, and it would have been something that would get people to tune into SmackDown.
Hey,
When
we
you
got
know that
people to
Cody's going
talk.
to come out and Cody's going to win every single week, it's we have so much information at our fingertips now. It's not like it was in the 80s or before that where Hogan could be on a 4-year run with the belt and people still get excited to see him. WWE shovels so much content down your throat continuously, you get tired of seeing the same person with the belt. Unless they're evolving their character or getting in the ring with top people that can tell a story. That's Cody's other problem. He can't tell a story. The story has to be designed and set up specifically for him, just like his finish the story thing. That was custom designed. But like as far as advancing a story and progressing something that people truly get invested in, what has he done with 2 runs with the title so far? What story have you been invested in?
Street Fighter.
And I love Street Fighter. Street Fighter 3 is my favorite fighting game of all time, and they're going to screw it up.
If you guys think I was making a joke, I actually wasn't. I mean, Street Fighter. I mean, the feud with John Cena was okay. It wasn't, It wasn't box office worthy.
It
It
wasn't even
was
that much of a
okay.
feud. It
Nah,
was,
because John
hey,
wasn't even there.
yeah.
That's the feud. I'm a feud with you, but I'm not gonna be it all the time. No, we're not gonna rehearse down that road again.
Well, it's like
No.
when Cena had to feud with Roman Reigns, and Cena had to do all the talking. It was basically a one-sided feud that they just had Roman win to make him look good.
And they're kind of still doing that too.
Well, it's because when it's Cena, Cena can handle both sides of the conversation.
Well,
He
no, no,
can
no,
tell
no,
both
no,
sides
no.
of the
I'm talking
story.
about with Roman.
Oh, he's
Even though,
still.
oh yeah, listen, Roman got better. Not saying Roman did get honestly better. He got more comfortable because he's being himself. He's being himself. But some things just don't change.
Roman got better because the success was forced upon him so that he got to look down on everybody.
Yeah.
If he would have been coming at somebody from an even keel perspective, it would have looked terrible and he wouldn't be believable. But because he was built up to be this unstoppable beast, he got to talk down to everybody. But look how even Brock Lesnar is leaps and bounds better on the mic than Roman
Oh
Reigns is.
heck yeah! To the point where he don't need Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
That's the crazy part about it.
yeah, and that's what they were expecting to happen with Roman that never happened because he's not that talented. And honestly, Braun Breaker, they're going to hope that he can get to that point. I don't think it's going to happen. He's still a Steiner at the end of the day.
Oh, 100%. And that was one of the few conversations I was having this past week, and it was very exciting conversations I was having, man. I mean, like, if people was trying to break it down to me, like, oh no, Roman deserved to win a title. I'm like, you serious? You want to go
Roman doesn't
back to?
deserve anything.
I'm like, you
Roman
want
was
to go
shoved
back?
down
You want to
people's
go
throats.
back to see Roman champion? You remember what happened last time he was champion? We didn't see him. So basically, I kind of laid it out. If you know Triple H, you know his script. The one thing he dropped the ball on, and I was telling everybody, was that, you know, he put himself in a position where he said, and WWE came out and said that they don't want to put the title on Braun Breaker at certain main event because they want to do it on a big stage. And my response to that was, okay, so that means he got 2 pay-per-views to do it. He gonna do that Survivor Series, or he gonna do that Royal Rumble? Not gonna do Elimination Chamber because CM Punk is not gonna drop the title in his hometown if he's champion. That's not gonna happen. You want people in Chicago to riot? Nah. So you put yourself in this predicament where, if it makes sense storyline, we would see a CM Punk versus Braun Breaker at Survivor Series. CM Punk is not slated to be the long-term champion. He is a transitional champion. And as you said in numerous times, he doesn't need a title. He's over. All right. Some guys who just older don't need to be champion, just need to put the young guys over. This would be the perfect opportunity, even though it's Braun Breaker, to lose to Braun Breaker and let Braun grow with the title. Then when he fight Roman, or if they make it to a triple threat match and he fights Roman and Seth, which I'm predicting myself, you put him over because those 2 guys don't need a title, don't need to run with the title. They had their chance, and plus, it's time to infuse young blood.
Yeah,
And the amount of pushback I was getting on that, on what I just said, it was dumbfounded, because they, everyone, like, in kind of way, I agree with them. It was like what you were saying. Why did they throw a surprise once in a while? Instead of putting on Braun Breaker, why did you put the title, call it Obi Femi, put the title on him? Or give Carmelo Hayes, surprisingly, let him win. It could be, you can use any top young guys in the WWE and let them grow with the title. Let's see how they look with it. Let's see what they can do. Don't
they're only
always
willing to do
fall.
that with the women. They're not willing to do that with the guys.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's the issue. Like, you want Jade Cargill to grow with the title, but you got half of the WWE fan base don't want her with the title. And then when she comes out, and it's not her fault, she gets no reaction.
After
You can
that
clearly
B-Fab
see it.
match, it's growing more and more clear that she is very, very short term with that title.
Right. But it's not just her. You got, sometimes you don't hear no reaction for Tiffany. You don't hear no reaction for Nia Jax. The only 2 people that you get reaction on from the women on the SmackDown roster is
Oh,
Bianca
Tiffany gets a
Belair, who is
huge
not there right
reaction.
now.
Tiffany gets a huge reaction.
What? Hold on, not like she used to. And
Yeah,
maybe
she
that's because
does.
it's not. I remember when she fought Charlotte, that was one hell of a reaction she got.
Well, yeah, you're talking about a top tier talent versus if
Yeah.
you're the champion and you get stuck wrestling bums all the time, people aren't going to be excited because you're wrestling
That's
bums.
based on what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Will Bianca come back with, whenever she comes back, people gonna go heads and hell crazy. And the only other person you get there right now is Alexa Bliss. That's because, you got a lot of freaks out here who fantasize about someone that's small and really don't give a damn about her wrestling. They just cheering for her because they fantasy, whatever.
Wow.
Everybody else on the SmackDown roster on the women's side, they don't get no reaction. They don't. Even the heels really don't get that reaction. And sometimes you got to wonder: is this pipe through, or is it actually real?
I mean, for Rhea, it's real. She's one of their top 5 merch people this year
Well, no,
alone.
not real. I was talking about Alexa.
Well, I'm just saying, Rhea
But
is the only woman that even like clicks in the higher echelon of stars that they have that sell merch.
and what she's doing right now,
Wearing a face mask and
carrying EO everywhere she go.
yeah.
Okay.
Again, like the whole thing, their entire story writing is. I see like I'll watch the occasional or the once in a while occasional Chris Van Vliet interview or something like that. I don't watch a lot of the other wrestling stuff because everybody just wants to blow WWE and talk about how great it is. Like Busted Open Radio, those are all guys that are still just trying to make money on their Legends contracts. And Mark Henry trying to get back into the WWE and Bubba trying to get his once in a great while appearances and things like that. Like, just be factual. The product sucks. Top to bottom, it sucks. You have some of the best talent, overall, the best talent in the world, and half of them you don't even know what you're doing with them because your writing sucks. You do your PLEs and you do 4 matches, and then you wonder why everybody's sitting around like we don't want to watch this.
Yeah, shout out to Buster Open. I like Buster. I do like Buster Open. And the one thing about Buster Open, like you said, Bubba Ray and Mark Henry, is that I like their insight from a wrestler point of view.
Yeah.
And I do like it. And I know a lot of times they're not going to go against the grain, but they will say, hey, if I was there, this is what I would do differently, or this is
Mm-hmm.
what I would do. And I appreciate that insight they give. Do I think they are? I think they could do a lot more than that. I think like if they would say, "Hey, look, the WWE is not just SmackDown, Raw. It's not entertaining to the viewer's eye." I kind of think like former wrestler, and current wrestlers, they need to look at the product from a viewer and a fan standpoint.
They need to take a step back from almost everything that they're doing. All this, Triple H used the excuse of with Unreal. Oh, well, breaking kayfabe is no big deal because you got all those podcasters, and I mean us, we do it. Yeah, we see the backstage stuff, we see all that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean you need to do a TV show about it.
No,
If anything, you should be doing scripted TV shows on your characters to make them look better. Like we talked about with the cinematic matches, there is no reason you can't make a TV show similar to Lucha Underground that actually advanced your characters and told stories and did cinematic matches. People would watch that all day long. I'll never watch another episode of Unreal. I watched the first one, it was exactly what I thought it was, and I have no interest in ever watching it again
yeah,
because it's as scripted as any other TV show out there.
yeah. And I challenge anybody to go and check the numbers on Undertaker and AJ Styles match. That was one of the best matches of all time on WrestleMania. For WrestleMania, that's one of the best matches of all time.
Go to the
Ain't even
John
happened
Cena
in the
Bray
ring.
Wyatt match, the Firefly
Yeah,
Funhouse
that was.
match.
I mean, yeah, that was great too. I mean, people tuned in and think about what it did for AJ Styles. Think about what it did for Bray Wyatt. It took their stardom to another level.
And
I
that's where
mean,
you would have character development. You'd get people invested. Nobody really cares about watching Unreal because it's all scripted anyway. You're not getting real opinions and real things. It's, oh, hey guys, let's do that cut again. Change the phrasing on this. It's all scripted. It's no different than watching WWE itself. Like, why don't you make a show that advances your actual characters instead of a show about Triple H keeping himself as relevant on TV as he possibly can? Because that's all Unreal is for, is to make Triple H look like he's some sort of mad genius, and he's far from a mad genius. If anything, he's lost complete control of the company.
I don't think he had control of the company. To be honest with you,
I mean, from the reports
I
of him
think
not
Nick.
being at shows to if he is there and this is the trash you're putting out, I would have fired you already.
I
Plain and
think
simple.
Nick Khan running the show. To be honest with you, man.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me because him and Ari Emanuel have been close forever. But
Hold on, you've got him, Ari, and The Rock being friends for over 20 years.
yeah, well,
I mean, we talking about The Rock knew him before he even got to the WWE.
The Rock even being on the board is trash to begin with. The guy shows up for a big paycheck and then disappears off the face of the map the next one, like he's still calling the shots and stuff. That's completely ridiculous. But
Hey, I ain't mad at him. Wish I had that position.
I mean, I wish I had that position too, but I would at least make sure that the name I'm associating myself with is worth people watching. When I'm supposed to be the number one entertainer, I'm going to make sure that anything that has my name on it is top tier.
Right. And prime example. SmackDown going to go to 3 hours starting in January.
Because that's going to
Now,
help improve things.
yeah. So because they want to be able to get a lot of the people on that roster getting some airtime so they can do what they're going to do. The
You know
problem
how you
is,
fix that? Stop airing 20-minute segments with MFT.
I can't even comment on that because that's true. But here's the thing, though, and we know that's a USA call. Why would I go to 3 hours where I can't even put on a good 2 hour show?
Well, that's the whole problem is you're giving them another 60 minutes to just waste people's time. You're going to get an hour of programming with 20 minutes of content, 40 minutes of commercials. That's all it
Right.
really is.
Yeah.
And people are going to pay more money because it's the WWE name, not realizing they're advertising on the shit show.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't understand the thinking of USA to be like, hey, we're gonna give you guys another hour. But the numbers are down and your product sucks. What I mean product, your storytelling sucks. And yeah, we're gonna roll with it. Not holding them accountable for the stuff they put on your TV screen. You gonna actually just gonna be okay, roll out a third hour for them. If I remember correctly, if I'm bad at my job, I'm getting fired. Hell, that might happen today. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm bad at my job, I'm gonna get fired. They're not gonna keep bad. They're gonna not gonna keep bad someone who's not producing. They're not gonna keep nobody around like that. But hey, money talks. I presume.
Well, when you surround yourself with your friends and then your friends are relying on you to get a paycheck and you're safe because you're insulated because you have all your friends as your shield. That's how all that works. And that's what Triple H has done. You got Road Dogg, you got Shawn Michaels, you got all these guys that basically are the shield for him. And then they have their little underlings. Look at what happened with SmackDown. We fired the whole writing staff, but kept Road Dogg. Road Dogg's the one that says, yeah, let's do this and take it to Triple H. But yet you fired everybody else and kept Road Dogg. So ultimately, if you're just firing that section of the writing staff, you would start with Road Dogg and work your way down. But no, they went the other way and they got rid of all the underlings and kept Road Dogg. The problem is still there. It's Road Dogg. Now, whether it's Road Dogg just passing on these ideas to Triple H and then Triple H saying, yeah, let's run it, we all know Triple H has fault in all of this from all of the ball drops that he's had since Vince has been gone this last time, where he's
Right.
been in complete control. Triple H has dropped the ball way more than he's landed shots, period.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny how when in the beginning when TKO was running WWE, they had Vince on Raw, and they had Triple H on SmackDown. Triple H made SmackDown a very, very watchable show. He did all he can to prove to TKO that he's the guy that he can run both shows. And when Vince finally messed up, because we all know Vince McMahon was going to mess up, eventually slip up, Triple H ran into that position and got it.
Mm-hmm.
And only just to revert back to what Vince was doing. They don't give you
But
crappy shows.
Triple H got all that credit based on one story.
Bloodline.
Yeah, that's it.
But the
Look
thing
at
is,
all the other talent that was going on those shows wasn't doing anything.
but
Bloodline was getting almost an hour and a half a show
right,
with all their little stuff.
and the thing about the whole thing, and I think a lot of us forget, was that was Vince McMahon creation of the Bloodline. He
Mm-hmm.
started the whole Bloodline. Triple H came in towards the back end and just hyped it up. He continued the story and just added a few pieces here and there. He added the Sami Zayn and the Kevin Owens situation. Yeah, he took that to another level. As some people say, he walked into that situation and he was handed a golden script, a script where he couldn't even mess it up. He
Mm-hmm.
couldn't. And he just added the Kevin Owens the input thing, then the Sami Zayn term, gold.
The Bloodline is a perfect example of if you want to create a star, they can create anybody that they want to be a star. Because
Right.
Roman Reigns, I don't remember when it was because it was at a period that I didn't watch wrestling. It had just gotten so bad that I just stopped watching. They went on for like 8 years that I basically, once in a great while, I would turn something on. But from around 2011, 2012 sometime to basically 2020, I didn't watch wrestling. I would catch the sporadic 10 minutes on Raw or something like that. But I remember one time I turned on Raw and Roman Reigns got booed nonstop for like 3 commercial breaks. Like they cut to commercial 3 separate times and he was still getting booed. I think that was in like 2016 or 2017.
I think that was 2016.
But that is just proof that even if you just take somebody and shove them down their throats continuously, you have no choice but to like them because clearly they're just going to keep throwing them or pushing them down your throat. And look at Roman. He's considered, some people say he's the greatest of all time, which is a complete and utter crock. He's probably the worst champion you've ever had in the company for multiple reasons that I could go into, but that's a whole nother. We could do a show just
Right,
on
we
how
did the
bad
whole show.
Roman
Yeah,
Reigns is.
yeah, and I don't
Um,
blame him for that at all.
I blame him to a certain degree. Certain health issues he's had definitely can't be blamed on
No,
him, but
but being shoved down your throat, I mean, that's not his
that's
doing.
not his fault. But he's very limited in the ring.
Oh,
Very
well, that
limited.
part, yeah,
His mic skills haven't improved, but again, that's a whole. We could do a whole separate show on just him.
yeah,
But it's just proof that if WWE wants you to be a star, go work out. All you have to do is go work out and get big. Pop the roids, don't admit to it. Pop the roids, don't admit to it. Pop the roids, eat right. And if they want you to be a star, you'll be a star.
yeah, 100%. I mean, Roman Reigns was already picked out to be a star even before he joined the Shield.
Yeah,
I
because he
mean,
had a
they
look.
was yeah, and look, it doesn't help where you come from a family background where your family kind of dominates professional wrestling and helps that your cousin is The Rock. I'm not saying The Rock got Roman to where he is now, but it helps that you have a famous cousin.
Yeah. But again, I'm not a Seth Rollins fan, but out of the two, which one's a bigger talent?
Oh, I'm gonna take Seth Rollins.
Why didn't Seth Rollins get the push that Roman Reigns got? Family and look. Seth
Mhm.
Rollins looks like the everyday guy. He's one step, a half step above Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's got a little bit of a beer gut and looks like your crazy uncle that shows up on Christmas. Seth Rollins doesn't quite look like that, but it's all about the look.
I thought that
Vince
was Eddie
McMahon
Kingston.
decided. I mean, Eddie Kingston is just your cracked out crazy uncle that shows up and starts swinging on people for no reason. Um, he shot a line before he came over to visit the family on
Oh
Christmas Eve.
God.
Um, but it's all about a look. Vince McMahon, as everybody knows, is obsessed with a certain look. If you're 260 and you're 6'4" or above, and 260 or above, and you're rock solid muscle, you're going to be a champion. It doesn't matter. Look at Nathan Jones back in the day. Nathan Jones was terrible, but he got all-star treatment, got paired up with the Undertaker right off the rip, and even Undertaker had to go back and was like, this dude doesn't get it. And he was still around forever because Vince is obsessed with guys that are just huge. But again,
Yeah.
Seth would have done so much more with a bloodline role. You could have faked a bloodline role as part of a story. Yeah, they had a little bit of natural story because they have so many cousins, but even the MFTs now, some of those guys are Tongan. They're not even Samoan. They're not related. They just have a look. They're there for a reason.
Right. What I think, man, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of funny how you just had the blueprint of how to tell a good storytelling and you don't use that blueprint. I'm not saying like you gotta have another bloodline story, but you got a blueprint on how to make a successful story and you don't even use it.
I'm just not a fan of people that constantly stifle careers. And whether Roman would ever say that he directly stifled somebody's career, he was a big part of a lot of. He was champion for 4 years, defended his belt 26 times. Out of those 26 times, when did he have a clean win?
None.
Once, I think, against Jey Uso. No, I think
Nope.
Jimmy got involved in that one too.
Yep.
And yet people are saying he's the greatest of all time. Like, come on. And like,
If you wrestle your family on majority of those damn title matches, man, that's.
but like you had an entire company dedicated to just your success. For what reason? You were so bad that they had to give you probably the greatest wrestling mind in the history of pro wrestling, Paul Heyman, to make you look good. Because not only is he a great creative mind, he's a talker. And this is a dulled down, very vanilla Paul Heyman. This isn't quality Paul Heyman from ECW days.
Or this ain't Paul Heyman when he was with Brock Lesnar first time around, or he was CM Punk.
Yeah. And I think that's partially, he had to tone it down with Roman because Roman's not Brock. Brock, like, he
Brock
was that
violent.
guy. If he just wants to get you, he's going to get you.
Yeah, Brock is violent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and to me that was the best Paul Heyman, other than Paul Heyman in ECW. I mean, Brock was violent. I mean,
and Paul Heyman could be unhinged because that's what fit Brock Lesnar. Once he got in the ring, it was just, like you said, pure violence and just hurt you.
mm-hmm.
It wasn't even like beat you up and then sit in the corner and like taunt and everything. It was just go in there and hurt you and then leave. Roman doesn't have that characteristic in his gimmick at all.
No.
He's just supposed to be the unstoppable force that there's really nothing unstoppable about him.
Nah, you really had to make Paul Heyman into a whole new character, Roman. You know, because
that's what they did.
Yeah, well, that's what he did. I'm not getting.
I'm saying that's why they had the advocate.
Yeah,
Heyman basically could advocate the violence that Brock would bring. Then it became, well, we're going to call you the wise man now because we have to make Roman look good. And yeah, he became a different character. He's had to evolve, and now he's the Oracle or whatever they call him now, and it's getting a little wild with what they do with him. But
yeah, it is wild. They make him, to me, that they're making him look kind of soft.
Yeah, they're screwing him up
Roman.
now.
Start with the Roman. Yes, my tribal chief.
Yeah.
And now they kind of like make him a little afraid, a little afraid of Braun Breaker. And I don't know why, because when he's with Brock Lesnar, he wasn't like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is they're screwing up his character. Like, he's the star maker. And if you want to keep showing shows like Unreal and things like that, there's a reason Braun Breaker is paired up with Paul Heyman, because they want him to succeed, but they're not sure that he can on his own. That's when you get Paul Heyman, is we want you to succeed. We're putting a lot of faith that you can, but we don't think you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
Because again, when did The Rock have a Paul Heyman? Never did. When did Triple H have a Paul Heyman? Never did.
He had a Ric Flair.
Ric Flair was just sticking around for a paycheck because he had spent all his money on crack. Like, call it
not
what
on
it
women,
is.
huh?
Not on women, just on crack. But I mean, Shawn Michaels. When did Shawn Michaels need a Paul Heyman? Some people just have it. Other people have to be forced into it.
Shout out to Ric Flair. Those were his comments, not mine.
I mean, when you're wrestling at like 76 years old, it's not because you're loaded.
Bro, I thought you was going to say steroids, be honest with you. But you hit with the crack.
Nobody is that hyped up at that age.
Oh, no, I understand. Neither am I. I'm not even hyped at that age. I'm not even that age.
Okay, let's be fair. We won't say crack. We'll say coke, because he's certainly been coked out in his life, 100%.
Oh God. Okay, so this is our topic conversation, but hey, we were trying to talk about Mike Santana, but listen, when it came to Mike Santana, the problem was that, according to a lot of people, that he disappeared. He missed a taping. He had an explanation for it. What it was that he missed a scheduled meet and greet and didn't show up at call time, sparking real concern backstage online. Rumors were about no-show, walkouts, or even a potential jump to WWE NXT. But when the lights came on for Turning Point, he was there.
Yeah, that was all story. That wasn't real.
Yeah,
and I don't know if they were paying people to put those reports out, because I even saw him before the show, and I was like, if he's trying to go to NXT, there's no way he's going to walk out on TNA when they have a very open partnership right now. And that's what made me put like the alerts and the antennas up. Like, That doesn't make sense.
Right. I mean, we just seen Joe Henry sign to the WWE. So, I mean,
Yay!
yeah, that's a working partner relationship, just like AEW. But look, Mike Santana, he came out and said he's not done with TNA. Well, yeah, because he really right now don't have nowhere to go, so you can't be done with TNA. You're not going back to House of Glory. You're not going back to AEW. You're not going to all these. You're not going to GCW. You're not going to all the top indie wrestling circuits. So you're going to stay mainstream. So, yeah, of course, you're not done with TNA. According to Chris Jericho, the second biggest wrestling company in professional wrestling. So, no, of course not, you're not done. I had read something that some people worry about his mental aspect from because of in his past real life history. It's all story. It's all story.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Former champion, probably pissed off, didn't show a meet and greet. When the lights came on, he was there. They're building this up so that he can, what I say, Jamie, a lot of wrestlers are good at chasing the title than being champion. So this is his Mike Santana second time around chasing the TNA World Championship. And they're trying to make it bigger than ever. They're trying to make it special. So we're going to see how this play out. I don't see Frankie Kazarian, for one thing, being champion for too long either, because the guy's 48 years old. He's not going to carry the title for the next year or so.
No.
It might be a Nick Nemeth might win it. It might be Moose, or shout out to Moose, who also became champion in an indie circuit. I forgot the name of the promotion. I'll look it up, but shout out to Moose. But with the Mike Santana thing, and I know there's a lot of fans, you got to be careful. You got to be careful because I how much a bigger supporter I am of Mike Santana. And I say this a lot of times. There are chasers and there are guys who are deserving. Mike Santana was deserving to be TNA champion. But now we're starting to seeing that he is one of the best wrestlers chasing the title because he put on great matches. The guy was on the champion not even a month. They took the title off of him. There's a reason why they did that. So be careful. How you say, hey, Mike Santana got screwed over. No. Sometimes some guys are not good champions.
Yeah, and I mean, they could have just taken it off him purely for a story setup, which seems to be what they're doing. I don't see the story that they've told so far making a whole lot of sense. And it could just be that they don't feel that he has it as the champion and they do want him to chase, but just the little amount of time he had it and the little amount of stories they've had to tell, they didn't do anything. So I can't really judge whether it's that cause or not, but clearly they have something in their head that they pulled it off him to give to Frankie Kazarian. And, they were, during the telecast, they were trying to act like, oh, Frankie Kazarian brought the NXT guys in. They beat up everybody else in the ring. The Hardys and everybody else that showed up, they were beating them all up, and then they turned on Frankie Kazarian too. So it's like, well, did Frankie bring him in and they just beat him up to make it look like he didn't? Whatever. But I don't know, that whole story right now, like I said, you got a bunch of people that nobody's really going to be invested in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Lexi King fan, but he's probably the only one out of that group that really has a shot to make it to the main roster.
Yeah, he does. And don't know when that's going to happen, but yeah, he does. Was he like he didn't win a title, he won a cup. And he was carrying that trophy around for a very long time.
Wasn't he tag team champs in TNA, or not TNA, in AEW?
No.
I could have swore he won a tag title over there.
Should have been. But he won. I forgot the name of that cup. That's in.
It's not the Owen Hart one, is it?
No. Let me see. What was it? And let's see. He won the Heritage Cup.
Oh, okay.
And he had it for a long time. And now I think he doesn't have it now. I think that went to somebody else. But the thing I have a problem with that is that when he won that title, won that cup, they didn't do nothing with it with him. I mean, that Heritage Cup should have been the next step of him being champion. Not the NXT champion, but North American champion. To me, that would have been the next progression in his development. You win the Heritage Cup. Okay, now it's time to compete for the NXT North American Championship. It's the logical next step, and they didn't do that with him.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens because all the people that brought in Brian Pillman really aren't even associated with WWE anymore. So we'll see if he gets any sort of push when he gets up there. And who knows how long it'll take him to get up there.
Yeah, and I respect him because he wants to make it on his own. He doesn't want to make it off the name of his father, in which he is named after. So he wants to do on his own. That's why you don't see him going as Brian Pillman Jr. That's he going to Alexis King. He want to make his own star. He want to do this his own way, and he want the legacy of Brian Pillman, that name, to stay with his father. I respect that. I do, and I wish a lot of wrestlers who are second or third generation wrestlers would think like that. I mean, next to him, Randy Orton, his father and grandfather are legend Hall of Famers, but he made it on his own merit, not on the back of his last name. Hi, Susie, for the fourth
Sean
time.
said hi.
Say for the fourth
She
time.
waved for the fourth time. I don't know. All I heard is I don't want to be part of it. So.
2 thumbs down.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so yeah, the second, third generation wrestlers, some of them, like I said, want to make name their own. Others would just love the fact that who they are, and I'm gonna live with my family generation off their legacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some guys get it a lot easier. I certainly think Braun Breaker gets a benefit of that too, because even though they don't have him using the Steiner name, they don't shy away from the fact of who his uncle is. They don't really talk about his dad, but it's all about who his uncle is.
Well, Dad was part of the Hall of Fame, so is he got that spotlight, but they're always going to use the famous out of the two Steiner brother, and of course that's Scott.
Yeah,
that's kind of like with Dusty Rhodes and his two boys, Cody and Dustin. We talk about Cody all the time, even though Dustin's down in AEW right now. He's out because he had knee surgery, but Cody's the famous out of the two brothers. But people forget that Dustin was Gold Dust, and he made a hell of a name for himself.
Gold Dust was great.
Yeah.
I mean, even the creepy version of when he started being Gold Dust the first time around, like that was the creepy Gold Dust, but like the stuttering Tourette's Gold Dust, that was great.
Yeah. I'm wondering why they ain't put the title on that guy. But hey, we know why.
He had a lot of extracurricular issues that is why he got fired so often. But
yeah. I don't like my dad, so I'm gonna go change my last name to Reynolds. Okay. But I thought that was your last name anyway. Okay.
Yeah, but people don't know that Cody's real name is, Cody Runnels. It's not Rhodes. People seem to think that that's his real name. It's not.
It's funny.
Guess what? Shawn Michaels' name isn't Shawn Michaels either. So.
Right.
Steve Austin's name is not Steve Austin.
Right. This is kind of funny. I got married, and I'm gonna take my wife's last name because I don't like my father. But your dad's last name is Reynolds, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's like me change my name to Diaz Guerrero. Oh, don't got no ring to it. Hey, I like Eddie Guerrero. I'm just saying. It got no ring to it. Hey,
Yeah,
look,
that
man, you
that
know
was a
me.
stretch.
We gotta have fun with this, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
day that me and you stop having fun talking wrestling, being and joking around what we do, will be day the wrestling world goes to hell. And so far, they halfway there.
I was
Not
gonna
my
say there's
admission. It's because of all this bad storytelling.
yeah. I mean, there's still some quality stuff going on out there. I mean,
Yeah,
we should probably start talking about MLW a little bit more. I'd have to watch it more consistently, but like every time I watch it, it's pretty good.
yeah, it was pretty good. The latest episode I seen, you know, one of my favorite wrestlers on AEW, because I can't pronounce his name. Uh, Okada's opponent. Yeah,
Takashita.
there you go. He was on there, and Don Callis was doing commentary. Actually, I think Don Callis is part of Maple Leaf Wrestling, is he?
I they have some sort of working agreement at least because Callis has always got his guys going over there from the Callis family in AEW, and he's always doing commentary. So he's got at least some sort of agreement with him where he's getting paid to do it. So you might as well say, yeah, he's there.
Yeah, yeah, he was in the match. I forgot who the gentleman was, but it was what I expected. A fast star match. I got a lot of moves in. I got a story told why these guys were wrestling. Takeshi won. It just goes to show you, and not to this AEW or WWE, but if you can pick two guys who never wrestle each other in the ring, but were able to put on a good show and tell a good story, wrestling, you're doing something right. And a lot of times, it's not about the wrestle. It's about the story you tell them while you're wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we got away from that. And now I actually want to go off topic because Hiro Takanashi, I think that's his name, is retiring from pro wrestling. And the conversation was that who was going to be his opponent. And I think it's going to be Okada. He didn't want Okada, but he got Okada. You got Shinsuke, who wants it. The New Japan World Heavyweight Champion Takeshita should be his last opponent. But we're not going to get that match because doesn't want to see the young guy beat the master in his final match. What do y'all think Okada's going to do
Right.
with his 3-skill moveset? And I'm a fan of Okada. But what do you think he's going to do?
Yep.
It goes to show you that no matter what promotion you're watching, everybody's going to go back to old reliable. And nothing, like I said, I like Okada. I think Okada's great. Takeshita, to me personally, he's going to be a bigger star than Okada. He's younger. I'm not going to say the younger, the faster, but he's younger. He's better. His skill set is off limits. The only thing he cannot do, and which is kind of holding back being a champion in the States, even in Maple Leaf, is that he's not good with English, but he has Don Callis. Maybe the WWE should do that for Julia. But yeah, he was on Maple Leaf, man, and I watched the match, man. I really enjoyed it. I'd love to see him more on Maple Leaf. Whenever he gets the opportunity. If you haven't seen Takeshi wrestle, please go watch New Japan on YouTube. This guy is the real deal. He needs more exposure here in the United States. I mean, look, AEW is not doing him no justice. They still trying to set up him Okada, and that match still hasn't happened yet. It's been almost a year they trying to set that match up. It hasn't happened yet. But yeah, this young man needs all the exposure here in the States because to me, he's got to be one of the top 5 wrestlers in professional wrestling.
Yeah. That's fair. The other clarification we're going to have to make is when we're talking about MLW.
Oh yeah, I know.
I was actually going with Major League
Oh,
with
Major League. My
Maple
bad.
League.
My bad. I like Maple League,
I
but yeah,
knew I knew as soon as where you
Major
went, I
League
was like,
Wrestling. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but it's just that I'm passionate about Maple Leaf Wrestling because it's new. It's not like any other wrestling promotion. MLW is the exact same way. They're not like any other wrestling promotion. They're doing their own thing. They have their own brand. They know who they are, and they sticking to it, and they're building it. They're
mm-hmm.
not going out here and going to give you some BS story. They're not out here and what they advertise to their fans, they going to deliver that. And I'm sorry, yeah, MLW.
And they build stars. I
Yes,
mean, Jacob Fatu, where did he come from?
MLW. MLW. Is this? If I'm Zillow is over there, right? Or is it the
Uh,
other
I
one?
think he's done. Let me see. They
Because
actually have a nice thing for their roster.
I
So
did see him. I did see Zillow on Booker T Wrestling, Reality of Wrestling.
yeah,
I did see him on that.
nope, there's no Fatus here.
Okay,
He was there. One of them, it wasn't. Yeah, I think it was Zilla. Was there for a little bit, but yeah, he's not there now.
let's see.
But yeah, they got a show coming up in a couple days too, and they've got some good talent. I mean, Shoko, she's a great women's wrestler. They have a lot of Japanese wrestlers over
Oh
there
yeah,
too. But
Bishop Dyer's on
yeah,
there.
Bishop Dyer and Dijak are the
Dijak,
tag
yeah.
team champions. Killer Cross and Shotzi and Scarlett are all over there. Mads Kruger, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a contract with one of the bigger guys soon.
Hey, even the old guy over there, Austin Aries, still
Oh, and
going
he's
strong.
he's on their commentary team.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
Hammerstone, I don't know if you've seen Hammerstone, but that
yeah, I
dude's
seen
like
him.
a super jacked Brock Lesnar, like 2003 Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and who else? Doc Gallows and Carl
Yeah,
Anderson on there. I mean, they got a roster. Ultimo Guerrero's on there. They have a roster full of. They have a nice roster, bro. They really
yeah,
do.
Paul
They
London.
really do.
I got guys that can go over there.
Who else is on?
If you like some Hollywood talent, Paul Walter Hauser's over there. He's in a bunch of movies. He's always the fat, funny guy, but he is pretty serious about pro wrestling.
It's someone I did recognize. I passed up.
Bobby Fish.
Nah, you can't miss that guy. You got teeth look like fish. Um, what was it? Kushida.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, they have a. I just put out there they do have a stacked roster, but they use their guys right. They use their roster right.
hmm
You don't hear that a lot. Do not hear that a lot, and it's
They're building something good. Um, Getting somebody like a Killer Cross is definitely going to help them because that's what they've been missing since Jacob left. Is having like, well, they have it in Mads Kruger, but they need somebody that can consistently go against Mads Kruger to really build up a following for them.
yeah.
Um,
Actually, who I was thinking, I didn't see Matt Riddle on here, and I thought for some reason I thought he was on MLW.
he is on MLW.
Really?
He's there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right at the top. Mystico, Matt Riddle, Mads Kruger.
Nah, damn.
He's right underneath the champions.
Yeah, I see him.
How much longer he'll be there, I don't know, because that dude's burning like every bridge he has in professional wrestling. So
Bro.
yeah, well now I guess he's doing like the rude guy thing, like the rude bro or something. I had read about, but I don't care because he's a great wrestler, but he's a cancer. So
Yeah, like I said, I seen that vignette with him and Cross. How he told Cross he's gonna make him famous, and he's gonna beat him again, like he always does. And
yeah,
Cross had that same look I had, like right.
yeah.
I'm just not a Matt Riddle guy. I'm sorry,
I'm
man.
not either.
I don't know what's the obsession with Matt Riddle. The guy is not my cup of tea. I can't do it. Cannot do it. I
I'm not
mean,
a
get me
fan of
wrong.
anybody that wrestles barefoot. Let's just
I'm
start
I'm
there.
just not a fan of anyone who can't own their mistakes and their responsibility.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that.
And blaming on others. That's what I'm not a fan of. And I don't think his storyline. I have seen this guy outside the ring on YouTube or on
Oh
social
no,
media.
he's.
How he acts, and it's like, all right,
I
bro.
don't know how he still gets booked independently because he's no showed so many events,
Yeah,
whether it's signings, conventions, actual wrestling events where he just no shows. Like I don't get it.
but then the ones he no shows, he be like, they owe me money, but you
Yeah,
go for work.
yeah. The last one, they paid for his ticket, paid for his hotel, even gave him a deposit, and then he still didn't show up. Like,
Yeah, I think he's supposed to go to London.
yeah, it was somewhere overseas, and he just decided day of, yeah, it's not showing up.
Yeah, when he asked next, well, they knew that I had commitment before I was gonna come out there. I like,
But
nah,
you
man.
cashed the
You
check.
you cash the check. You change the rules. You want them to give you more than what you wanted. That was it. Just come out and say it.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have much longer, honestly, in the pro wrestling world. I think he'll end up making a way back to MMA because he's burned just about every bridge you can have.
I don't see him going back to MMA, man. If he go back to UFC,
I'm
Dana
not saying
White.
UFC. I'm saying like he's gonna be fighting like blood sport over in like Taiwan or something like that. Like the Kumites or something. Go meet up with Jean Claude Van Damme.
Oh, we gonna fight in parking lots and dark alleys.
Sand in the eye. Sand in the eye.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. He went fighting in the jungle.
Man, Bloodsport was such a good movie. I think I watched that movie like 100 times when I was a kid.
Oh, that was great.
Shout out to my dad for proper parenting. Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to myself just sneaking out of my bedroom, staying up, watch TV downstairs and watching it actually while my parents asleep. Shout
My
out to
dad took me to
myself.
see Striking Distance. It's some Bruce Willis movie. Probably never heard of it because it's like I wouldn't even remember it if you didn't take me. Took me to the movies when I was 6 years old to go see Striking Distance. It was a rated R movie, and I'm like, I had no business being there. But yeah, I sat through the whole thing. That was my first rated R movie. It wasn't like I got to sit at home and watch it on TV. No, my dad took me to the movies because he wanted to go see it.
Uh, uh. Now we see where you get it from.
Classy, classy move.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, Bloodsport one of my favorite movies. One thing I love about Bloodsport is that they didn't try to remake it.
Not yet, anyway.
Please don't
Not yet.
ruin that for me. And
Some
it
of those
sounds
action movies from the '80s, you just got to leave them where they are. Basically,
yeah,
anything with Van Damme or Chuck Norris from the '80s, just leave it. Just let them be their own thing.
yeah. I
It's only a
mean,
matter of time before they remake Terminator. It's gonna happen. Um,
Terminator, they already
oh
did
yeah.
that, but how many times?
I'm not talking about like all the continuations. I mean like a full blown. This is like Terminator One all over again, like a full
Oh
remake, not
God.
sequels. It's too popular of a franchise for them not to.
Oh
It's just a
God.
matter of time.
We're gonna get a 90-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger rolling out in a wheelchair.
Oh no, it'll be somebody new. It won't be Arnold. I mean, even Arnold's acknowledged like I ain't doing that shit anymore. But
They'll probably get one of his sons to do it.
his sons don't look anything like him, like body wise. Like
You
none of
see
them
his
are
youngest?
bodybuilders.
You
Well,
see the
his
young
youngest was. Yeah, he does work out, but
Yeah, the one outside of the marriage son. That's
yeah,
what we talking about? Yeah.
yeah. All of the ones that are inside the marriage don't look anything like him.
Nah. I think yeah, there is no other Arnold Schwarzenegger you're not gonna find. But
No, I
Bloodsport,
mean the closest guys now would be like Martin Ford, who is just a giant, which he's playing the Shao Kahn in the new Mortal Kombat movie.
yes, he
So
is. He
you got
is.
that.
Hey, he might make it but I say he might make a good bolo, but you're not gonna find another bolo.
No, Bolo lived that life though. Like he was that guy, so he didn't even really have to like act anything. He already was like a Chinese strongman and everything else. Like, and he could fight. So he was that guy to begin with.
And he hardly talks. This is how he
Yeah.
talk. This is how he talk.
Just point and make arm motions.
It's like,
Yeah. It's Chinese Sign Language.
I love it.
Throw it out there.
I love it. Even when he communicated to Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
And he,
I haven't watched Enter the Dragon in so long. We went way, way off topic.
hey, it's better than the wrestling.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's been our off-topic conversation. It has been the Signatures and Finisher podcast. So before we leave, what's our signature finisher? If you could think of one.
I mean, what? You want like a handshake?
No. I'm thinking of a signature finisher in pro wrestling that we haven't seen in a long time. And you know what I'm thinking of? It's a
Does it
tag
have
team.
to be? I was gonna say, does it have to be tag team specific?
No. It could be anyone. For me, because I can't. I'm trying to remember how to win or remember their finisher. Demolition.
Yeah, Demolitions was all right. Doomsday Device is still the best. And there's a reason nobody else does it, because nobody else can do it right.
I will tell you one I do like, and I haven't seen him done it right because this wrestler is not in the WWE or AEW, and that is what's his name? Alexander. Alexander, when he's part of the Hurt Syndicate, Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
I remember when he was wrestling the cruiserweight division. Well, I'm sorry, it wasn't a division. They had their own little show, and he did this move where he had the guy. He went in the air, he fell to the ground, and he kind of like just the knees was up, and just him with that finishing move. I don't know the name of it, but it kind of looked like a lay down version of the back scratcher.
I have to look it up. But yeah, I mean, if you're talking tag teams, that drastically reduces it. But I would have to say the Doomsday Device, or what did Steiner's call theirs? Because theirs was just a bulldog.
It was a bulldog. To me, the Steiners were kind of almost similar to the Road Warriors. One was a bulldog, one was a clothesline off the road.
Yeah,
I mean, they were kind of. I mean,
it's similar, but I mean, the guys that could take the clothesline from the Legion of Doom, where they would do like a backflip, those were quality. Because the bulldog, you're just dragging the guy down to the ground with you.
Yeah.
That's why the Doomsday Device was just that much better. 3D is really just a over glorified RKO. It only ever looked good because they had a table, but you take the table out of it, it's just an RKO.
Very effective.
Scott Norton and Buff Bagwell did a good bulldog because that was their finisher for a long time, the blockbuster.
Yeah. And I'm about to say the Rockers didn't have one; they just do super kicks.
Yeah. Yeah, they were just like their whole moveset was just like special move after special move, tag team special move. Yeah, I would still probably say the Doomsday Device for the Legion of Doom. Road Warriors, call them whatever you want. Hawk, Animal, Draws, Heidenreich. Throw all of them in there. Paul Ellering, Sonny, if you want to get into LOD 2000.
Wow. He just named the whole roster to LOD.
I did.
Even ones that didn't matter.
That's true.
All right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment and share our program. You can see us live on YouTube and on Facebook, on my Facebook page. So make sure you guys tune in. And actually, we was on YouTube. On Facebook. We got over 300 views. So make sure you guys watching. Yes.
I know somebody sent me a message, but I'm not going to out who they were. They felt very strongly that I have very strong opinions. And I was like, well, you're not wrong about that.
Is it someone I know?
I would assume so because it's not anybody I know.
In which it's kind of funny because whoever did that show didn't send me no message. Never mind. I don't
I'll
want to
send you a
cuss.
screenshot if you want. But yeah, they're like, you
Oh
have a
yeah,
lot of strong opinions, and I'm like, yeah, that's what we do.
dude. Nah. I'll go back and take a look. I'll go back and take a look. It's not a problem. Oh boy,
Hey,
that was funny. Yeah, a lot of
next
strong
next one is
opinion.
next to 1,000.
Hmm.
I said next stop is getting to 1,000.
Yeah, it is. So
I
make
tell
you
you
gotta
what,
make sure you keep viewing.
if we get over 1,000, we'll put some money into the whole aesthetic and actually make this start looking like something special.
You hear that? We get 1,000 views. We'll look special for you guys. I might even wear some decent clothes.
And if you're really committed, you could just watch it 1,000 times for us.
There you go. There you go. Appreciate that too. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Make sure you tune in next time for me and Jamie. Next week, sometime we'll let you know. You'll see it like on the Batman, like with Batman, let everybody know on the signal. Look in the air. And make sure watch the Lions and Eagles game tonight and go Lions.
4
And
hours.
make sure if you round Chris Illich, make sure you hit it with a tomato. All right, now that's it. Go Pistons. We out.
Later.